Hello. I have a question about Israel and Trump's policy towards it. Do you think it's a conflict of interest for Miriam Adelson, an Israeli donor, to give millions of dollars to his campaign and then Trump have pro-Israeli policies?
Well, if you're asking, do I think the President of the United States has a conflict of interest? No, I do not, because I know how the President of the United States makes his decisions, and I see it behind the scenes. Now, as the President himself has said, Miriam Adelson, who, by the way, I know, and I have a very good relationship with her, she is very clear about the fact. She doesn't hide the fact that she really loves Israel, and that is part of what motivates her political giving. That is a reality. At the same time, the President of the United States is America first through and through. And let me give you just a couple of examples of this. Number one, we have heard from some pro-Israel voices, some people who really love the state of Israel, that they don't want us to have a relationship with certain Middle Eastern countries. Well, the president, his attitude is we need to build relationships with any country where we have shared interests, and he's going to do it if it's in the interest of the American people, and he's done exactly that.
Some discussions. I think we've already agreed to a lot of things, and we'll agree to some more right now. But President Xi is a great leader of a great country. And I think we're going to have a fantastic relationship for a long period of time. And it's an honor to have you with us. Thank you very much.
But the Biden administration was unprecedented in so many ways, and the president was checked out of his job for quite some time, and everybody knows it. And there was a cover-up. The people around him who were using, they would give him scripts to follow. They would point him literally in the direction, stand here, sir, wave like this. And he didn't know what he was signing. So there's all sorts of just incredible implications. It sounds like a terrible novel or something, but this is reality.
Do you condone large private corporations such as Palantir hoarding data caches on U.S. citizens?
No, I don't condone it. And here's the thing. So I get asked about Palantir a lot because there's this internet meme out there that somehow I am super in bed with Palantir.
My name is Bernd, and today we're launching Neo, our humanoid for the home.
Neo, the robot, ain't he?
Let you live with it.
Yeah.
You're just not telling me? Well, what does it do?
Like my chores. I just leave and I come back and they're all done.
Are you kidding me?
No.
In the near term, risks to inflation are tilted to the upside and risks to employment to the downside. A challenging situation. There is no risk-free path for policy as we navigate this tension between our employment and inflation goals. Our framework calls for us to take a balanced approach in promoting both sides of our dual mandate.
Sir, Speaker Johnson says that he no time to amend the Constitution to allow you to serve a third term. Is that an accurate representation of the Constitution?
I don't want to even talk about that because, you know, the sad thing is I have my highest numbers that I've ever had. As I said, I ended 8 wars and we have the greatest economy in history. And by the way, energy prices are way down. Everything's way down. Beef is a little bit high. We're going to get beef down too. But prices are down and the economy's up. The only thing that's not down is the stock prices. And 401ks are through the roof. Everyone's 401ks hitting records. So we have the greatest economy we've ever had. I have my highest poll numbers that I've ever had. And, you know, based on what I read, I guess I'm not allowed to run. So we'll see what happens.
Johnson says you're trolling when you talk about a third term. Are you trolling or are you serious?
I don't think he said that. I don't think he'd use that term, but it's a very interesting thing. I have the best numbers for any president in many years, any president. And I would say that if you read it, it's pretty clear. I'm not allowed to run. It's too bad. But we have a lot of great people.
The founder of Binance. Can you explain why you chose to pardon him, and did it have anything to do with his involvement in your
Which one?
family's?
Who is that?
The founder of Binance. He has an involvement in your own family's
recent
crypto
one, yes.
business.
I believe we're talking about the same person because I do pardon a lot of people. I don't know. He was recommended by a lot of people. A lot of people say that. Are you talking about the crypto person? A lot of people say that he wasn't guilty of anything. He served 4 months in jail, and they say that he was not guilty of anything. That what he did, well, you don't know much about crypto. You know nothing about nothing. You fake news. But let me just tell you that he was somebody that, as I was told, I don't know him. I don't believe I've ever met him. But I've been told by a lot of support. He had a lot of support. And they said that what he did is not even a crime. It wasn't a crime, that he was persecuted by the Biden administration. And so I gave him a pardon at the request of a lot of very good people.
Yeah. They thought I was done. Delta tried to kill me. Wall Street tried to bury me. But God had another plan. I'm still alive, God gave me breathing, now I testify. They tried to fool my hustle, tried to kill my dream, but the cross is my weapon and the truth is my team. Unapologetic, I won't bow, I won't hide, Latino blood.
Hey guys, Carlos here. Hey, I'm just coming back from a massive day in the Colorado Rockies, outside of Denver in a town called Bailey. So I'm in Bailey right now in a cabin. I'm using my personal hotspot on my work cell phone just to get online. So hopefully I'm able to do this podcast. I don't know how long it will be, but here we are. Prayers that it will continue to stay connected. If not, then I'm sure Mike on our producer will connect everything and all the dots. But just wanted to show you some pictures of where I'm at right now. We did some jeeping, which I've never done before. Basically, we're just climbing up mountains in a Jeep, and we hit a summit. I'm a Florida guy, so keep me in your prayers. My oxygen is at 82 right now. Don't know how I'm going to go on a 6-mile hike tomorrow, but I'm going to try as long as my oxygen is at a decent level. But yeah, this Florida boy is really hurting right now. But having a good time with other strong men that are intentional about their faith, their family, their fitness, and their finance. So we're here today. We actually chopped wood. Over here, there's a lot of elderly people apparently. And one of the guys that are in my group has a nonprofit, and it's a wood bank, kind of like most places have food banks. Well, they have wood banks here. It gets so cold here. Elderly people, widowed people, they don't have the ability to go outside and chop wood, obviously. So they have wood banks, and they come and they grab all the wood as they can so they can cook and have heat. So 35 men, the group I'm with today, basically chopped wood for only 1 hour, and we fill up a whole like 9x16 trailer. Pretty amazing. Here's a cool video showing that. I'm not the best lumberjack, but I will hustle, and a lot of our guys hustled there. So pretty awesome to do that. But look, I wanted to just say thank you to everyone that listens to the show. To this podcast. We've been actually recently attacked, I've been personally attacked with fake AI articles of defamation, saying I'm a fraud and saying I'm doing this and doing that. And let me clear the air here real quick. I've never stolen any money from anybody. I've never been to jail for stealing anything. Never will. And if I was a criminal, I would be in jail. I would have a criminal history. Complaints are not criminal. And it's crazy, man, like how people they will throw up an article defaming you because they don't like what you stand for, or they're just completely jealous, and they'll lie to try to bring you down. And honestly, it's a blessing. It's a blessing that people find me offensive. It's a blessing that people are just not engaging with me. Oh well, oh well. I told you guys from day one, I'm not about the money. Money doesn't motivate me anymore. My show, my message will not change. I don't care how many millions of dollars you've had. I've been offered $9 to $15 million for my company and the podcast, and I am not doing it. They want me to change my message. No, I'm just not going to do it. And so my commitment to you guys is to be real, to be authentic, to trust God. Doesn't matter what kind of shame you have in your life, to always trust God. I don't know who that is, what that word means to someone, but we got to let that shame go. And that's what I'm learning this trip, is just letting the shame go. If you've done wrong by somebody, or somebody has done wrong by you, is it's a beautiful thing to let shame go and push it where it belongs, in the pit of hells. My prayer for you guys is to seek God's face and to really know who He is, that He is real. He is real. And what is so beautiful about that is that when we start to trust God, He gives us this peace. He gives us this joy that you can't get from anywhere else. I notice a lot of online gurus, right? There's a guru that I follow that he buys all these like crazy exotic cars and writes them off, and then he sells them and he hacks them, and basically he doesn't really pay for it. And there's a whole system. And the thing is like, it's never enough. It's never enough. So what? You can buy a Lamborghini or Rolls Royce and buy it for $300,000-$400,000 and sell it for the same cost that you bought it for, sometimes even more. When does it ever end? When does it ever end? Like, we continue to follow the materialistic things and not really know that the only way you get fulfilled is by having a relationship with God, like legit having a relationship with Jesus, acknowledging Him, letting Him fill your cup, letting Him basically put you through the ringer, self-inflicted pain. It's actually really good for you. And so if there's a brother in my group that's actually, his wife's filing for divorce on Monday, and so I'm praying for him. And he's actually pretty excited about it because he knows that he's trusting God, and he's going to love her no matter what. He said, I'm going to love her. I'm going to pursue her so that she comes back to me. He's just going to love her. And what greater example is Jesus on a cross? Like, he literally died for us, even though we're sinners, even though the Jews and the Romans cursed him and mocked him and urinated on him and spiked him and speared him, he still showed love to them. Like, isn't that powerful? Like, if we can show love to that person that is hurting us, whether it's your spouse, whether it's a friend, whether it's a client, whether it's whoever, just love on them. That's what God's commanded us to do, which is very tough. Another thing I learned today climbing a mountain, what showed up to me was I was climbing up this mountain at 6 a.m. this morning. And what's interesting is that I wanted to quit. Like, I legit wanted to stop and like quit and just turn around. And so the men I was with is Rise Up Kings group, a high level group. And one of the leaders of our group basically asked, like, how did that hike resemble? How's everybody's marriage doing? And it hit me right between the eyes. It hit me right in between the eyes, because I haven't made time for Sally. I've made time for my podcast. I've made time to come here. I've made time for my kids' hockey, my daughter's recitals on the ice. I've made time for everything but her. And if you're watching this, I apologize to you publicly. But it also resembles how much time we make for God. Like, even though I wanted my last, like I was breathing heavy, one day we will have a last breath. And we won't have the opportunity to confess our sins, to acknowledge that he is everything, to have those moments, because you will have a last breath one day. And my challenge to you is to live your life with no regrets, to really go all out on your faith. Because when we do that, the money flows, the health flows, even our circle of influences flows. Like, God will take people out of your life and put good people in. It really is. When you're elevating, there's separation and elevation. So many of you are changing your ways. You're stopping the alcohol. You're changing the way you listen to music. You're pursuing your spouse. You're pursuing your family. You're getting your health in order. You're doing all these things. And I love it. I hear it in your voice. I hear it in the phone calls. Just amazing. You're on great products, great supplements. You're eating protein. Like, many of you are killing it. And I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful that you have chosen to literally change your life and change your heart. There's a transformation in your heart that's following. And it's so awesome to hear. And people, when they call in, like, hey, Carlos, I started walking twice a day, 15 minutes a day, and I'm getting my 10,000 steps in, and I'm eating my weight and protein, and I've lost 35 pounds. Oh, and by the way, I've been on Get Me Lean USA products, and I've lost 35 pounds, and I'm sleeping good. And now I have energy for my kids and my spouse. And like, the testimonials are amazing. And now we can set up the financial pillar. Like, that's the fun part, is the financial side of things. Like, we can get out of the stock market. We can have guarantees on our portfolio. We can have money in the market and have risk management there. There's so many opportunities right now. If you're watching this, Fed Powell, I'm recording this on Tuesday. Fed Powell is going to be announcing tomorrow, which would be Wednesday at 9 p.m. You probably watch this on Thursday because I recorded this, pre-recorded. Jerome Powell is expected to drop 0.25, Speaker of the House. I say Jerome Powell, but it's the Fed. Jerome Powell is just a spokesman out of 12. So everyone says, oh, yeah, they're going to fire Jerome Powell. Well, there's a lot more other people in the room that dictate if they're lowering interest rates, if they're keeping it, if they're raising it. And my prediction is they're going to lower another quarter basis points by Thursday. Could be wrong. They're always late to the game, and they're probably going to do it again in December and possibly even in January. But there has been some terrible news, economic news.
If you currently have money in the bank, a 401k, or even precious metals in an IRA, you may want to listen up. You're going to want to have a place where you have a guarantee on your funds. As we go into a lower interest rate environment, banks will be stressed out when the commercial real estate crisis happens. Right now, you can get a guarantee, yes, a guarantee on your principal, and get a 29% bonus. If you're younger than 65 years of age, we can utilize an insurance-based contract that has been around for over 100 years. And guess what? You get a guarantee on your funds. You get a guarantee on your principal. We want to help you find a guarantee on your funds that are actually outside of banking laws, outside of securities laws. Right now, as interest rates are getting lowered, we only have this special running to November 1st. Go to greenmoneysolutions.com, fill out your information, and let's just see if you qualify.
So how many times have we gotten lost in the minutia of the everyday life? We've gotten fat, we've gotten lazy, we've gotten complacent, not just in our faith, but also our fitness, maybe our finances, maybe our marriage, maybe our family, but we've gotten complacent. And we constantly need to continue to grow. And one of the things I was weak at was in my fitness. As a former athlete, I thought I had it all. My ego got in the way. I'm like, I'll do it later. I'll do it later. Up until now, I have been able to focus on my fitness. For those of you who've been following me for 3 or 4 years, you understand that I've gained a lot of weight. I've used the excuse of having 4 kids, a marriage, a business, helping out at church, all these excuses. And I keep putting myself in the back burner. This is deadly. And what I love about this company, what I love about taking ownership, is that GetMeLeanUSA.com has the ability to introduce natural, groundbreaking peptides. What your body demands, what your body needs to release those fat stored cells, to build muscle, to gain your physical being back to where it's naturally supposed to be. We're not talking about big pharma saying we're going to come out with the weight loss drug. We're not talking about losing muscle. We're talking about gaining muscle, gaining your physique back, controlling your appetite, giving you the edge that you need to help you get your body back in check the way God intended it to be, by using his resources with America First products, with America First company that aligns and believes in what you believe in. Introducing GetMeLeanUSA.com. Get in. This is going to be groundbreaking, huge business opportunity, as well as a huge groundbreaking technology that is going to change the landscape. So I know good things before I see it, and I highly recommend you get in. All you got to do is click the link below and get you some fit, get you some lean, and get fit and get lean. This is not going to do everything. Of course, diet and exercise, you continue your walking, continue your protein intake, but man, does it make it a whole lot easier to get in shape. Look at me, I've lost 60 pounds, but this is actually fundamentally a great recipe to get back in shape. And I can personally attest to the amazing effects of this product. So go to GetMeLeanUSA.com. You won't regret it. You can cancel anytime. They're affordable, and yet they're effective. And you are supporting our show. You're supporting yourself. You're supporting a mission. There is an affiliate program attached to it if you would want to share it with your friends and family. There's a whole nother opportunity there. But more importantly, let's get your fitness back in check. God bless you. Carlos Cortez here, signing out.
So we're seeing a lot of news with AI and market corrections and October doomsday and everything. We're going to look at the markets real quick. Right now, there's an article out there, a major firm slashed nearly 200,000 jobs in 2025 amid AI and economic shifts. Furthermore, Jim Cramer praises NVIDIA and Palantir as the greatest stocks in the AI boom. It's interesting how all of a sudden everything is track, trace, and control. Like everything from your iPhones to your Samsung. Samsung is now sending your information to Tel Aviv. Like I don't know if you guys heard or saw that, but we got some problems here with our privacy. This is all trace control, guys. You can't go to Europe without scanning your eyeballs. You can't get on the airplane without scanning your eyeballs anymore unless you have a passport. But Europe, I believe you can't even go there until you do their whole digital ID. So you're doing digital ID, going to Europe. And it sucks, man. It really, really does, because this is all becoming a huge database for one world government, the track, trace, control agenda. And everything that comes out will be for this track, trace, control. I mean, the social credit score is a real thing. Like we've talked about the social credit score and how it's going to come to America through biometrics and through the Alexas. And now we got human robots entering your home. Within 3 years, we're going to have robots, guys. Like the robots are already here. So in 12 more months, you'll see people consuming it and literally having them in their home doing, I'm sorry, in 12 months, you'll have it in most businesses, robots of some form. And then the consumer is going to be like, well, I want this in my house. I want them to do my laundry. I want them to mow my yard. I want them to do all this stuff. And that will be within 3 years. So mark my words. Now we have AI at an all-time, like, realistic way of just managing the everyday practices of your home. So AI is getting crazy. NVIDIA, Palantir, they're all sending this information together through your iPhones, through the Google messaging, to the geo-trafficking, geo-targeting, and it's going to create they're going to bring it on as it's convenient, it's safe, it's data, and it's going to make your life a lot easier. But on the other side of that is control. On the other side of that is just Marxism, really, at its core. What's interesting is that everything has become this way. Pretty much everything, from ordering food at Taco Bell at a kiosk, from going to Winn-Dixie, and now they're associated with Amazon. You scan your palm in order to pay. Walmart app has a face ID system, facial recognition software as soon as you walk in, and they already know who you are and what your buying habits are. Guys, this is crazy talk, man. Like, they already are scanning you. When you go to Busch Gardens, they already know who you are. Your pass is associated with your biometrics already. There's no safe information out there anymore, guys. I don't know how to better describe that, but it's time to get ready, man. It is time to get ready. And people think getting ready is buying food, storage food, and being completely self-sustaining, your own farms, your own aquaponic farm. There's a lot to prepping, as you know. I'm not here to say that, but what I'm talking about is having your heart right on what is about to come. So this week is going to be interesting. A lot of data has coming out. The jobs are terrible right now, so it's going to send the markets in a frenzy. But not after they lower interest rates on Wednesday, and the market will come back up. It was flat today. Just investors are basically worried of what is to come. Look, the lowering interest rates, guys, not because the economy is doing well. The lower interest rates because the economy is doing bad. And so U.S. stock flat with Fed decisions, big tech earnings on deck. So let's see what the bro investors are saying. And we're going to go right to the charts.
Uncertainty, but there is about what's going to happen after that.
Yeah, good morning, Julie. That's right. This is pretty much a done deal. 25 basis point cut expected on Wednesday for the second consecutive policy meeting in a row, even as Fed officials have really been essentially flying blind, right, during this government shutdown without official government data. Yes, they did get a reading on inflation with the consumer price index this past Friday, but they didn't get that all-important September jobs report. So they're kind of having to rely on private sector data, surveys like the Beige Book or surveys of CEOs, which have shown anecdotally that the labor market has continued to deteriorate. And you heard Chair Powell speak a couple of weeks ago saying that the downside risks to the job market had risen, implying that another rate cut was on the table. So hence why another rate cut expected. As for the path forward, I think that Chair Powell is not going to commit to anything. He's going to reiterate this is going to be meeting by meeting decisions that are going to be taken, and that they're going to take a cautious approach. And they remain in the dark right now until the government reopens. So until they get more data, they're continuing to sort of fly blind here. And I don't think that this is going to be another slam dunk from the perspective of December, perhaps something that the markets are listening for during Fed Chair Powell's press conference.
And they're also going to be listening aside from that and beyond that as to who the next Fed chair. That's we're likely not going to get more news on that this week. But Treasury Secretary Bessent did seem to confirm that the list has been of potential next Fed chairs has been narrowed down to 5 candidates.
That's right, Julie. Earlier today, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, alongside President Trump, gaggled aboard Air Force One, and he reiterated that his search for the next Fed chair, and Bessent is leading the search for that, has been whittled down to 5 candidates. He expects to continue second-round interviews after this Asia travel, and then is expected to hand President Trump a slate of final candidates just after Thanksgiving. And the president said he expects to make a decision by the end of the year, at which point Bessent sort of jumped in and said before Christmas. And they did confirm that the 5 candidates on that short list include current Fed governors Mickey Bowman, Chris Waller, former Fed Governor Kevin Warsh, current NEC Director Kevin Hassett, and the head of BlackRock's fixed income, Rick Ryder.
That would absolutely suck if Greg Ryder got in the head of BlackRock. Are you kidding me? Like, what do you guys think about that? Like, the head of BlackRock be the new Fed chair.
I could argue in the developed countries, the big winners are countries that have shrinking populations.
You have to force behaviors. And if you don't force behaviors, whether it's gender or race or just any way you want to say the composition of your team, you're going to be impacted. And
I do believe we're just at the beginning of the tokenization of all assets.
when there's somebody who's new in their role, a new prime minister, I will spend time. Generally, what I try to do is spend time before they win. It's just spending time with them and just saying, you have access to whatever information you need.
And substituting humans for machines is going to be far easier in those countries that have declining populations.
Not a conflict of interest at all. Not at all, right? I didn't think so. So let's check out the bro investors real quick. All right, guys. So this is what I was talking about. This is KRE. This is the banking index. Notice from last week when I was talking about it that it actually dropped even more. So we're at 61.79. Volatility index has calmed down. I mean, market's going up. I was around 20 a few days ago. Now it's at 16.4. So what's interesting is that markets are pretty much bullish. However, our sector is showing massive weakness right now. And look at our momentum. Our MACD is actually crossing over. So big signs of a weakening pattern on banks. When banks have lower interest rates, they are going to start doing funny things, modifying or basically putting the bank bail-ins into a more realistic situation if a bank becomes insolvent. And this is why I am very, very, very adamant about having your money outside of banks, not trusting FDIC products right now, but also having dollar for dollar on your accounts are going to be incredibly important moving forward. So be very cautious if you got money in the bank. Also, if you head over to Green Money Solutions, I want to go ahead and talk about that since it's the last week, guys. Last week to get your stuff done. You can click on get your options, fill out information, but basically this is an online brochure. A lot of people love the option 4. It's a 14-year product. However, it is illustrated about 7 and 10%. There is a 29% bonus. It's very difficult to get this bonus if you're in Maryland. If you are in California, you got to be younger than 48. If you're in Delaware, New Hampshire, and there's another state I'm missing that you cannot get this. They only have the 10-year version, which is 23% bonus, 0.95 fee. You have access to 10% a year without penalties. Your money is 100% principal protected
by the guarantees of the strength of the insurance company, and you have a rotator index, also known as the Barclays index. And let me just show you how beautiful that index is. Now, a lot of people don't know what to do with their money during this time. They're trying to trade it. They're trying to swing trade it. They're calling us for many questions and advice. If you haven't been getting these returns, give us a call. We can show you how to get these type of returns. Of course, past performance is not indicative of future results. However, since 2003, there has been only only 4 negative years. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. It started in 2002. And even that was November, December was positive. So yeah, only 4 negative years out of 20, going on 26 years is not bad. Anyways, guys, this is a transition index, pretty amazing. We have products right now. You can get 100% of this account, or if you want the bonus that ends this Friday, you can get on right now if you're not in California, if you're not in Delaware, and if you're not in Maryland. Those 3 states I know do not have it, but give us a call to make sure it's available in your state. 29%. The minimum on that is $75,000. If you don't have $75,000, you cannot get 29% bonus. However, you can go to the 10-year and open it up for $20,000 and still get a 23% bonus. So that's pretty amazing. The other cool part is that all you got to do is give us a call. There is a fee. We also have a no fee one, same index, no bonus, but no fee. And you make 100% of the index. So a lot of our clients love this, that they can continue to protect their principal. Look, guys, the market's going to go down. It's just a matter of when. And the problem is that if it's another 08 and you're in your 60s, you're going to have a bad day. You're going to have a bad retirement. You're going to have a lot of shame. I definitely don't want you going through that type of shame that people did in 2008 when you've been watching Scriptures on Wall Street for now 4 years. You could have done something. You could have given us a call. And if you're willing, or if you're coachable, and you're not like saying, oh, I want to give you money, and then you're talking to 3 other advisors. I don't work with people like that. Like I'm not QB3. I'm not a second string quarterback here. I want to work with you if you're serious, because at the end of the day, I have to trust you just like you have to trust me. And it has to be a good fit for me as well as you. I'm not a good fit for everybody, nor does my business model cater to everybody. However, the ones that do, they're extremely happy. And like I said, I'm only going to be doing this for another 4 or 5 more years. I'm calling it quits. I'm only going to be working with clients that are in my book, that are in my practice, but I'm not bringing on new clients 4 or 5 years from now. So get on the bandwagon. Let's start a relationship, and let's see how your money can grow as the CBDC comes in, as the robots come in, as the market continues to get manipulated. We want to be able to instill faith in you and actually be proud of your retirement, and have the ability to have confidence that what you're doing is not only just and sound, but gives you power, that gives you legacy. Because my goal is to be here when God calls you home. I'm a lot younger than most of you. I'm 42 years old. I've over 20 years experience. And honestly, a guy like me, you're going to want to have by your side, understanding the markets, understanding what Scripture says about our mindset and the manipulations. You're going to want to have someone like me to help you send your best wishes to your spouse, is what I am very passionate about. So if that's you, give us a call. We want to help you. 813-448-3446. Or you can visit us at cortezwm.com. And if you want to download a free guide, you could. AmericaFirstRetirementPlan.com. You can download that guide. Also, if you book an appointment with us, I'm still giving away our books. We only have a couple left. But if that's you, definitely give us a call. And let's get on the calendar, talk for 10, 15 minutes, see if we're even a good fit, and let me know what your concerns are. And I'm more than happy to tell you about all the programs that we offer. It's a lot of fun, and we're saving a lot of people. So my phone is blowing up here. But all good, guys. Let's take another quick look at the markets. All right, so we spoke about carry. That should be going down. Let's do an update on gold. I'm sorry. Let's do an update on silver. Many of you have silver. And like I told you guys thought I was crazy, man. Look what's happened to silver. I told you it will come down. We probably should be hitting around 45. It tested 45. And we'll probably be going back to 38 really quick. Look at this selling pressure. Huge. $1.38, it can move. $1.83 can move really quick. It's had a heck of a run. I hope you guys sold at least 10%. So we lock in some profits up here, and then we'll buy again here, and maybe we'll buy again here. Right. So if it hits daggone near 40, 41, that'd be a great time to purchase. But this is coming down. I hope you guys sold on the way up. I got people telling me that you're an idiot. And why would you get rid of your silver and your gold? Well, it's a trade, guys. I mean, you want to be manipulated? That's up to you. But it's a trade, and we can't get emotional about it. Oh, would you look at that? Same pattern. Look at that selling pressure. Gold coming down. We're at 39.999. We were at 43 as a high. 4,341. 43.42. Now we're at touching. It's hit as low as 3,800. Guys, this thing is volatile. I mean, it has swings of 10%, man, like no problem. The average trading range on this is $106 a day is when it can move. We have nothing but sell pressure. So this is coming down even more. All right. So what's interesting, let's look at the Qs. Again, we see bullish run. Things are looking good because the interest rates are dropping, and you're going to start to see the markets go up. S&P is up over 15% year to date. Nasdaq's up over 20% year to date. Look at the S&P, boys and girls. Same type of pattern as the Nasdaq. Bullish power. This thing is still going up. Markets are loving the interest rate cut, despite there's a government shutdown. So the Fed is actually going to be doing stuff and not having proper data. How are they going to be able to do anything knowing that they don't have the right information? Well, they're used to it, right? Because even in the information they have is always manipulated anyway. So they're going to do what's 0.25, pretty much sold, signed and sealed. I can't say the G word, but we're pretty much expecting another 25 basis points drop. And moving forward, another 25 basis point, hopefully at the end of November or possibly in December, and one in January. It's what the census is. It could be wrong, but who knows? Guys, the main thing is that we don't have to trade all of this. We don't have to get into all of this, because all you got to do is give us a call. We have money managers that trade the markets for you. You want market money? We have money managers that actually do it, and they do a really good job. Our money managers up over 8% on our conservative portfolios. Very little volatility. If you don't like the volatility, you don't like the market, we have money managers that actually will just invest in treasuries and traded treasuries and make our 4 to 6%.
Very simple, 100% liquid. It's not green money. Now, if you want green money and you saw those returns on that transition index, we can make 100% of that chart without hurting your principal, without paying crazy fees, having insurance on your money, literally a guarantee on your principal. So everything that grows from that index gets locked in as your new principal. The downside is you have access to 10% a year. And more importantly, the actual strength of the insurance company is guaranteeing those principles. So a lot of things that are benefiting for you, you just have to give us a call to make sure it's the right fit. And, personally for me, I was 40 years old when I put $100,000 in. And at 60 years old, my projection is supposed to be at $4.2 million. Even if I don't do anything, just let it sit. I have another account that I put in a pretty decent amount of money at 41 years old. And that account, by the time I'm 60, it should be roughly about 2.5 million based on a QQQ growth index, based on the laddering system that I use. Guys, like, I'm not QB3, I'm not QB2, I'm QB1 here. The strategies that we have guarantees on your principal, on the insurance side. If you want to risk your money, we have that too. We have managed money. We play in both. I act as an insurance advisor, also can act as a financial advisor, securities based. So I have those two hats. I love it. And also I'm a podcaster. And I trade, and I absolutely love what I do. I'm very passionate, but more so I'm passionate about helping you figuring this out so you don't have to worry about getting screwed on Wall Street or getting screwed by the guys you play golf with, or some advisor that a attorney or CPA gave you that is getting kickbacks from all of this. Guys, you need to understand how the system works. And the most important part about this is that we need guarantees in our retirement. I mean, if you're 60 plus years old, what are you doing putting your money in the market all over again? You already been through the ringer. You've been through 2001. You've been through 2008. You've been through December 2018. You know that when you lose 10%, you got to make 20%. And now you got to change your risk profile. You got to go from conservative to like moderate aggressive and be more vulnerable than ever. So don't fall into that trap of sequence of returns, because that happens a lot. So anyways, I'm going to play a little commercial here. Got to pay the bills.
If you currently have money in the bank, a 401k, or even precious metals in an IRA, you may want to listen up. You're going to want to have a place where you have a guarantee on your funds. As we go into a lower interest rate environment, banks will be stressed out when the commercial real estate crisis happens. Right now, you can get a guarantee, yes, a guarantee on your principal, and get a 29% bonus. If you're younger than 65 years of age, we can utilize an insurance-based contract that has been around for over 100 years. And guess what? You get a guarantee on your funds. You get a guarantee on your principal. We want to help you find a guarantee on your funds that are actually outside of banking laws, outside of securities laws. Right now, as interest rates are getting lowered, we only have this special running to November 1st. Go to greenmoneysolutions.com, fill out your information, and let's just see if you qualify.
So how many times have we gotten lost in the minutia of the everyday life? We've gotten fat, we've gotten lazy, we've gotten complacent, not just in our faith, but also our fitness, maybe our finances, maybe our marriage, maybe our family, but we've gotten complacent, and we constantly need to continue to grow. And one of the things I was weak at was in my fitness. As a former athlete, I thought I had it all. My ego got in the way. I'm like, I'll do it later. Up until now, I have been able to focus on my fitness. For those of you who've been following me for 3 or 4 years, you understand that I've gained a lot of weight. I've used the excuse of having 4 kids, a marriage, a business, helping out at church, all these excuses. And I keep putting myself in the back burner. This is deadly. And what I love about this company, what I love about taking ownership, is that GetMeLeanUSA.com has the ability to introduce natural groundbreaking peptides what your body demands, what your body needs to release those fat stored cells, to build muscle, to gain your physical being back to where it's naturally supposed to be. We're not talking about big pharma saying we're going to come out with the weight loss drug. We're not talking about losing muscle. We're talking about gaining muscle, gaining your physique back, controlling your appetite, giving you the edge that you need to help you get your body back in check the way God intended it to be, by using his resources with America First products, with America First company that aligns and believes in what you believe in. Introducing GetMeLeanUSA.com. Get in. This is going to be groundbreaking, huge business opportunity, as well as a huge groundbreaking technology that is going to change the landscape. So I know good things before I see it, and I highly recommend you get in. All you got to do is click the link below and get you some fit, get you some lean, and get fit and get lean. This is not going to do everything. Of course, diet and exercise, you continue your walking, continue your protein intake, but man, does it make it a whole lot easier to get in shape. Look at me, I've lost 60 pounds, but this is actually fundamentally a great recipe to get back in shape. And I can personally attest to the amazing effects of this product. So go to GetMeLeanUSA.com. You won't regret it. You can cancel anytime. They're affordable and yet they're effective. And you are supporting our show. You're supporting yourself. You're supporting a mission. There is an affiliate program attached to it if you would want to share it with your friends and family. There's a whole nother opportunity there. But more importantly, let's get your fitness back in check. God bless you. Carlos Cortez here, signing out.
All right, guys. I know that you guys are questioning about this program. Yes, this is the last announcement for our 29% bonus. Let me give you the raw details. It is with an insurance company. It's a high growth fixed index annuity that you can't get at your local bank. They offer a 29% bonus backed by strengths of the insurance company, paying insurance company. Also a 0.95 annual fee. You can add to it and get 29% bonus for the next 3 years if it's available in your state. It's not available after 48 in California. It's not even available in Maryland, and it's not available in New Jersey, as well as Missouri. So those are the states that they are not eligible in, because I told the client, yeah, we can do that. And then I looked it up and no go. That was you. Sorry, guys. I misspoke. I'm only human. I can't keep up with all 50 states. Actually, 51. Puerto Rico is another territory. But yeah, this is the last week, the last announcement. So you have today, tomorrow, and that's it. The shop is closed for those new rates. Now you're getting today's rates, which is going to be lowered, guaranteed. I told you this all of the month of October and some in September. You had a whole month. And guess what? I'm in the mountains this week, so I won't be speaking to any clients till Friday this week, because I barely even have a cell phone service right now. I'm on my hotspot, literally on my hotspot, and that this gets uploaded and that you guys can see this by tomorrow night, and that Mike can do his editing. Anyways, guys, I'm out of here. I appreciate it. I'm not feeling well. Pray for me as I hike this mountain tomorrow, and I get more vulnerable with men, and I seek God's face so I can come back reunited with my wife and kids, rejuvenated more than anything. Continue to pray for my marriage, my heart, my vision, and that God uses me for his glory, not for mine. Pray for the protection over my company and my family. Every day we risk ourselves. We risk fighting Satan online and all the lies and attacks that he throws at Cortez Wealth, even the defamation threats and all these things that has nothing to do with nothing. It's almost hysterical how low they can get. So God bless you guys.
Love y'all. Give us a call, 813-448-3446. If you are interested in basically speaking with us. I'm out till Friday, but I will be taking on new clients all next week with the newer interest rates that are going to be lowered, as you know. But we're here. There are still some good companies, even after the first. There are some companies that are paying pretty high, not 29% bonus high, but pretty high. And all you gotta do is give us a call before they lower their rates too. So all is not lost if you don't get your 29% bonus. All is not lost. There are some other programs. I just like this one because a lot of people love this company, A-rated, employee-owned, and it's a really, really good company I'm with as well. Anyways, God bless you guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe on Scriptures on Wall Street on YouTube, Rumble, and on X. So God bless you guys, and I will see you at the top.
Unapologetic, I won't back